What if the solutions to our biggest problems, we're talking climate change, inequality, the whole shebang, what if they already exist, but they're just scattered across different fields of study? Well, today, we're diving into the Venus Project. It's this incredibly bold vision that doesn't just offer one fix, but actually weaves several huge, groundbreaking ideas into a totally new blueprint for society.
It's a question we all think about, right? How do you actually build a better future? But instead of just trying to patch up the current system, the Venus Project asks us to imagine starting fresh. What they lay out isn't just a thought experiment, it's a practical path for how combining these different, powerful ways of thinking can get us there.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We're going to assemble the building blocks of this new vision piece by piece. First, we'll look at why we even need to move beyond our old ways of thinking. Then, we're going to explore 4 really key concepts. And finally, we'll see how they all lock together to create one single integrated framework. First up, transcending paradigms. Look, before we can build something new, we have to recognize the limits of what we're doing now. A lot of our current models are separate, and they often even conflict with each other. This is all about creating one unified approach. Now, here's something I find fascinating. How do you get a revolutionary idea off the ground? Do you hide it to protect it from being sabotaged? Well, the Venus Project argues for the exact opposite. Share it. Share it as widely as you possibly can. And their logic is actually pretty powerful. Once enough people see a better, more logical way forward, it's almost impossible for them to unsee it. The idea just spreads and becomes unstoppable. So, when we use this word paradigm, what we're really talking about is an entire system of thought, a model for how things work. The core mission here is to stop looking at these huge ideas like the circular economy or permaculture or degrowth as separate things. Instead, the goal is to synthesize them, to merge them into one single cohesive plan for the future. So let's assemble our first building block, and you'll see this integration in action. It's a new economic model they call the steady circle, and it combines 2 really powerful ideas into one. Okay, so get this. The big idea here is an economy that acts just like a natural ecosystem. It takes the circular economy's goal of eliminating waste, and it merges it with the steady state economy's focus on living in balance with the planet. So waste never exceeds what nature can actually handle, and all our resources are just used over and over and over again. Here's a great way to picture it. Think of a modern aircraft. It's constantly monitoring and adjusting absolutely everything, from fuel flow to the angle of the wing flaps, all for maximum efficiency. Well, this economic model would do the exact same thing, but for all of our resources: water, materials, energy, all in real time. It's about optimizing the entire system so that nothing gets wasted. And this isn't just some pie-in-the-sky theory. The plan includes clear, practical steps. You start by defining clear goals for ecological balance, then you manage resources based on what people actually need. You design products from the ground up to be taken apart, repaired, and reused. And, crucially, you engage the whole community so everyone understands their role and can participate. Okay, on to our next building block. We have a new economic engine designed for balance. So now, we need a new way of interacting with our environment, one that actually uses nature's own design principles to reshape our world. And this is a really important distinction. The word sustainability is often just about doing less harm, right? Well, regeneration is about actively doing good. It's about designing our systems, from our farms to our cities, in a way that they actually heal ecosystems, increase biodiversity, and make the planet healthier over time. And look, there's a real method to this. It's a structured process. It starts with carefully assessing the local environment. Then you design systems that brilliantly manage water and build healthy soil. From there, it's all about actively restoring biodiversity. And finally, making sure the community is deeply involved every single step of the way. It's a holistic design science. And this quote from the founder of the Venus Project, Jacques Fresco, really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about some fixed, rigid blueprint. He's saying that because nature itself is constantly changing and evolving, our systems have to be designed to be just as adaptive and intelligent, constantly updating themselves based on new information and new conditions. All right, our third concept is one you may have heard of, but maybe not framed quite like this: degrowth. Here, it's not about scarcity or going backwards. It's about a strategic shift that allows for ecological regrowth. So here's the core idea. We shift from a system that's completely obsessed with endless expansion and just accumulating more stuff to one that's focused on intensifying value. What does that mean? Well, it means focusing on quality and efficiency, doing way more with way less, and valuing enriching experiences and relationships over just owning things. So in a system like this, who's calling the shots? Who makes the big decisions? Well, get this. It's not a politician. It's not a CEO. Decisions are determined by two things and two things only: the real-world physical availability of our planet's resources and the scientific nature of the problem itself. It's a radical shift to making decisions based on reality, not on opinions or profit motives. Let's move on to our final conceptual piece of the puzzle. And this one is about something really fundamental: redesigning the basic rules of how we interact with each other as a society. It's called Game B. Think of our current system as Game A. It's defined by competition, it's rivalrous, it's win-lose. Game B proposes a completely new set of rules based on win-win cooperation. The ultimate goal isn't for one person or one group to win at the expense of everybody else. The goal is to create a system that's so resilient and cooperative that everyone can keep playing together indefinitely. And you can see how this philosophy lines up perfectly with the practical goals of the Venus Project. You create systems where any new innovation benefits everybody. Information is transparent and decentralized, and you literally architect the society so that when you improve your own life, you're automatically improving the lives of others. It just makes sense. Okay, so we've looked at all the individual building blocks: a new kind of economy, a new relationship with nature, and a new set of social rules. Now, for the final and most important part, let's see how they all snap together to create one seamless, integrated framework. First, we lay the foundation. This is the steady circle, our economic engine. It's not built for endless, destructive growth. It's built for balance, for efficiency, and for the perpetual cycling of all our resources. Then, on top of that economic foundation, we build our physical world. With permaculture-driven regeneration, our cities and our farms are no longer fighting against nature. They become extensions of it, designed to actively heal ecosystems and support the planet. And finally, to run the whole thing, we installed the social operating system. This is our new set of values: degrowth, which shifts our focus from quality to quality, and Game B, which rewires society for cooperation instead of conflict. You see? Each piece supports all the others, creating one holistic, incredibly resilient vision. We'll end with this really powerful, pragmatic thought from Jacques Fresco. He's saying this isn't about some naive idealism. It's a stark, logical choice for our own survival. It's a vision built not on sentiment, but on the urgent scientific need for a more intelligent way to live. So it leaves you wondering, right? What is the biggest hurdle to actually integrating all these ideas? It's something to think about. Thanks for joining us.